Welcome to TallyPrime videos. In this video, we will look at the steps to create different masters with TCS details. For few nature of goods, TCS is applicable from Rupee 1 and for certain nature of goods only on exceeding a threshold or exemption limit. For example, in new sale of any goods provision, TCS is applicable only on exceeding a threshold limit and tax is to be applied only on the value above this limit. You can create nature of goods master and set tax rate, type of calculation and threshold limit. This nature of goods can be linked to any master that will be used in TCS transaction involving that particular nature of goods. It can be linked in the buyer ledger, TCS stock items, TCS sales ledger and the TCS duty ledger. Let us look at the process to create masters and link them to the nature of goods. To create TCS stock item, go to Create, select Stock Item and press Enter. Enter the name, select Group and Unit of Measure. Set the option Is TCS applicable to applicable. The option Is TCS applicable will not appear by default. This will appear only when Set TCS Details option is enabled in F12 configuration. In the Nature of Goods field, you can select specific nature of goods for this stock item, or you can choose any in this field to select the nature of goods during the transaction. If you are not sure of the nature of goods, select Undefined, then it will infer the nature of goods from sales ledger to apply TCS. Save the master. You can create the TCS party ledger under the group Sundry Debtors. Enable TCS and select the buyer, lessee type. Since there are different tax rates for individual, HUF and others, this selection is important. You also need to enter the PAN of the party. Without a PAN, tax will be calculated on no PAN rates, which usually is higher. Save the master. Now, let us look at the steps to create TCS sales ledger. Enter the name of the ledger. Select Sales Accounts in the Under field. Select Not Applicable in the Type of Ledger field. Select the option Applicable in the Is TCS Applicable field. In the Nature of Goods field, you can select specific nature of goods for this TCS sales ledger, or you can choose any in this field to select the nature of goods during the transaction. If you are not sure of the nature of goods, select Undefined, then it will infer the nature of goods from stock item to apply TCS. In earlier releases, the TCS nature of goods was required to be configured in both sales ledger and stock item for TCS to be applied in sales transaction. From release 1.1.4, TCS duty is applied if one of the either sales ledger or stock item masters has nature of goods details. Another master in which TCS details are captured and used for calculating tax in the transaction is tax ledger. Tax ledgers are created under duties and taxes. Select TCS as type of duty. Select nature of goods if this ledger is going to be used for specific nature of goods. If you want to use the same duty ledger for all nature of goods, you can choose any and select the nature of goods during the transaction. Save the master. In a transaction, tax rates are applied based on the master that has TCS details configured. If the stock item and sales ledger have contradicting TCS details, then tax is applied based on the details specified in the TCS sales ledger. You also have the option to select or override the nature of goods in the transaction. If you are dealing with multiple TCS nature of goods, then you can define the TCS details at the stock item level and use a common TCS sales ledger and tax ledger. TCS will be calculated based on the TCS details defined in respective stock item master. If you are dealing with a single nature of goods and have multiple stock items under the single nature, then you can define the TCS details in TCS sales ledger and tax ledger. The same TCS sales ledger and tax ledger can be used for sale of all items, and tax will be calculated based on the details defined in respective ledger master. As you witnessed, managing TCS details for different nature of goods and buyers is easy with TallyPrime. Thank you. For more information, visit help.tallysolutions.com.